Alright, good morning, boys. Today I'm going to be going over a trade recap. Today I made around $3,000. As you can see, I'm going to put it up there. I made around $3,000 on a single trade. Over on the day, though, I made around like $4,000. I'm going to be explaining each and every single trade that I took. I did take a couple during Asia session, and I'm going to be going over those as well as my New York AM trade. Right. So to start, we're going to be going over the first trade I took, which was last night. It was around a 20 tick stop for 113 ticks for a win. It was around almost close to a 6 RR. So to go over real quick, as you guys can see on the right hand side, I have QT levels and I have 55 levels, as well as previous day point of control. You guys know I do use a volume profile to get some of my levels, but the other ones like these, I do not use the volume profile. Right, so as you guys can see, sometimes I do target the point of control from the previous day, or a couple of previous days if they haven't been met. In my head, I look at those as objectives, right? If you guys don't know what the point of control looks like, it looks something like this. Should be loading any second now. Yeah, it looks something like this. It looks something like this. So as you guys can see, the point of control is the yellow line. These are really good targets, and these are areas that the market likes to attract to and reject off of if price isn't accepted to them, towards them. Sorry. So to start with the trade that I took, as you can see here, we had a QT level. I noticed here that price was slowing down, and I ended up taking this with a very small risk. Took it with one contract. Took us to these lows. I noticed that price is slowing down, and on top of that, we did also have a 55 level that I had below, right? So I closed my position here, then I waited for price to tap into the 55 level, and as you can see, as soon as we tapped into it, I did take my entry, and I was targeting the level that I entered off of from before. Could have held it for longer. The goal was to hold it for longer, but I didn't want to go to sleep. It was kind of late. So I didn't end up holding it for longer. As you guys can see, this thing ran a lot. Kind of took it to these relatively equal highs, and yeah. So now for this trade, this is probably one of the lately, my trades have been getting done within literally the first 10 minutes of market open. Somewhere around there, yeah. The first 10 minutes of market open, so it's been kind of funny just to be done extremely quick with the day. So my thought process going into this, as you can see, we had an SMT on these lows that got swept. So the way my model works is that I wait for a sweep on liquidity, and once we get the sweep on liquidity, then I look for an SMT, and if we have an SMT and we tap into one of my zones, then I'm looking to take a trade there. As you guys can see, we had an SMT here, right? We had an SMT, and once we had an SMT, which is also super liquidity, right? ES is holding higher. Obviously, we tap into my zone. I'm gonna take an entry there, right? It's really good, high probability setup. We're not just taking any zone we see on our screen. We're obviously adding technical analysis to these trades, because if it doesn't, it doesn't make any. If we don't, it doesn't make any sense. Right, so as you guys can see, once we had an SMT, we took out these lows. It was also Asia lows as well, so that also is another key confluence. We took it to these London highs, right? We also had an unfilled TP1, right? We took our TP1 there. Took this with 3 contracts, and yeah. So I took off one contract here, and I left the rest for the London highs. Right, and I went break even here as well. And then I left the rest for London highs, and I went break even here after this unfilled was tapped. My TP1, sorry. So yeah, so that's my model pretty much. If you guys want me to do an in-depth video on it, I would be more than happy to. But yeah, pretty much all we do is wait for a sweep of Asia lows or London lows, look for an SMT or any type of significant low that the market is looking to take out. And then once we take those out, then we're targeting London highs, Asia highs, whatever liquidity that's resting, whatever kill zone that has not been met yet, we're looking to take those out. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I will be doing like a video like responding to them. So if you have any questions about the model or anything else about trading related, you guys can feel more than free to ask. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, let me know.